Anyway, next album is Five Leaves Left, the debut album by Nick Drake. Got all three of his albums now. And there's a guy on YouTube called Fleagle Flargle who does some really, really good videos. He just recently did a review of this, so go and check that out. Good guy. It's a brilliant album, especially for a debut. Couple of brilliant songs. In fact, they're all great. They're all great songs. Time Has Told Me, Riverman, Way to Blue. In fact, all of them are great songs, and this is really brilliant, excellent album. Might do a review of that in the future, maybe. Anyway, I don't know. There's this recent music fair in Glasgow at the Royal Concert Hall, where people just came and set up stalls and sold vinyl and CD. And one of the guys, I was looking for a CD, and he recommended this. It's a live album called Happy Trails by Quicksilver Messenger Service. I'd heard of them, but hadn't heard any of their stuff. And I suppose I might appreciate this more if I was familiar with their studio work. But this is really a brilliant live album. Really brilliant. Just really well played. And the entire first side of the album, if you think about vinyl, is this sort of big suite called Who Do You Love? And can't really see it obviously, but it's excellent, really brilliant. Possibly one of the best live albums ever. You know, like Live at Leeds, James Brown, Live at the Apollo is probably in the same league as them. And yeah, another one of those West Coast bands. So if you like them, then you'll like this definitely. Speaking of Live at Leeds by The Who, great band. Oh, this is a brilliant album. This isn't the deluxe version, but it's got more. For some reason, it's got more tracks than the original version that came out in 1970. But this is really excellent. Not only are the songs good, you get some classics like My Generation, Magic Bus, Substitute, I Can't Explain, Quick When Lies Away. But it's just really well played. I mean, for a live album, this is brilliant. You know, and the crowd are quite respectful, and not unlike modern live albums, they're not cheering and screaming. You know, they're quite respectful, and there's some sort of funny in between the songs, some sort of funny joking with Pete Townsend and Keith Moon. He's just a wacky guy. What's he like? What is he like? Anyway, this is absolutely brilliant. If you're a Who fan, get this now if you don't have it. Another Who album. Got this at the music fair. The Who Sell Out. This one of the studio albums, and might look a bit weird on the front cover, and it is. Yeah, it's quite a weird album. It's almost a sort of concept album, and it's almost like the first half of the album anyway is there's a sort of little fake jingles in between the songs to make it sound as if you're just listening to the radio, and some of them are really quite funny. It's a funny album, genuinely funny. The songs are great. Not really loads of well-known songs here. The only classic I would say is I Can See for Miles, which is one of the best-known Who songs. But there's some really, really great songs here. It's a great concept, and it's a great album. Next is a band I've just recently got into. It's the Ultimate Collection, Small Faces, Best of the Small Faces. And this is a two-disc thing, and it's got about 50 songs. You know, and I picked this up for just under £5, so that's a bargain, absolute bargain. I don't know, a lot of the first disc is the sort of early stuff, and a lot of it sounds a bit samey. But there's a couple of brilliant songs like All or Nothing, My Mind's Eye. But the second disc is just brilliant. You know, there's loads of classics like Itchy Park, Tin Soldier, Afterglow of Your Love, Lazy Sunday, Here Come the Nice. This is absolutely brilliant. This band really influenced the Britpop of the 1990s, and they're an excellent band. Absolutely, really pleased with this. Actually, really pleased. The penultimate album, using big words, is Funeral by Arcade Fire, and I don't know, when I first got this, I started listening to it, I thought, oh, a lot of the songs in this kind of sound quite samey, you know, really sort of overblown. But I've listened to it more recently, and yeah, it's really good. It's really grown on me. And besides, I can't complain because my uncle gave this to me for free, so obviously you get something for free, can't complain. This is a really good album. A lot of critics have said this is one of the best albums of recent times, and yeah, I would have to agree with that. It is a really good album, come to think of it. Good stuff. And the last album, of course, well, not of course, you wouldn't have known it was coming, but this is Forever Changes by Love. Absolutely brilliant album. And from what I've heard of the other stuff, I would say that's the only brilliant album they ever had. Um, we had some the other albums were good. They were good albums. They're just not as brilliant as this. This sort of in recent years it's become. It was made in the 60s, but and it wasn't really appreciated at the time. But in recent years, critics have realised that this is one of the greatest albums ever. It was one of the first albums to use a sort of full orchestra, strings, brass, the lot. Wee bit of trivia. And this is great. All the songs are great as well. Really quite unusual chord sequences, quite unusual song structures. The arrangements are brilliant. The singing's brilliant. All that adds up to make an excellent album. Best songs are Alone Again or A House Is Not a Motel, The Red Telephone, You Set the Scene. Yeah, all good songs. All good songs. So that's it, guys. That is it. Hopefully you can see my face. I don't know because I'm not looking through the lens. But I should be back for an album review recently. What am I talking about? I'm talking a load of rubbish. That doesn't make sense. I should be posting an album review in due course. Hopefully tomorrow or yeah, hopefully tomorrow, all going well. And that album will be The Madcap Laughs by Syd Barrett. So, see you then. Goodbye.